What's up, guys? Welcome back to Chasing Limits. So today here we have the 2021 4Runner TRD Pro. We just got it oil sprayed for the winter. As you can see here, freshly sealed. Big thanks to Houghton, sorry if I mispronounced it. But yeah, they did a fantastic job, as you guys can see. Now you might be wondering, see they even got underneath here. I did remove the spare tires, so they got it all in there. So as I was saying, you guys might be wondering, how do we have this 4Runner back when we traded it in a couple months ago for that Porsche Macan GTS? Well, let's go for a drive, let's get in, and I'll tell you the whole story. It's more of a horror story. And yeah. Alright guys, so we're on the road now. So the reason why we got rid of that Porsche 2021 Macan GTS was because it turned out to be quite the lemon, full of glitches. On the very first day, we had a check engine light come on, and I did check it with my code reader quickly just to get an idea of what I'm dealing with. And it turned out to be the evap system, which is fine. Now, first thing I did was check the gas cap, tested that out, and it proved to be okay. So definitely it was a sensor or solenoid issue. Now shortly after that, a couple days later, we had the airbag light come on, and I notified them about that, and they said don't worry about it, just bring it in when we check in for the check engine light. Now I did contact other sources, and I told them about that issue because I knew it was more significant than that. And primarily from MTO, which is the Ministry of Transportation of Ontario, they informed me that with that airbag light being on, if you were to be in a collision, the airbags will not be deployed. So that's a major safety hazard. So I got back to them, told them that I need a loaner right away until this issue gets fixed. At which point my sales guy kind of denied that and kind of brushed it off. And at one point he stopped texting me, so that shows how professional that is. But anyways, after that I started requesting a refund because I just bought this Porsche and I traded in this 4Runner for it, and now I'm getting all these glitches and issues, and clearly they're not willing to work in a timely manner. So regardless that the Porsche came with factory warranty and CPO on top of that, I did not want to deal with those issues. So having said that, I just kept going back and forth, and like I said, I requested a refund, at which point the sales manager got back to me and he said that yeah, we can do that. And luckily enough, the 4Runner was still on their lot nearly 2 weeks after, which kind of was surprised at that, but lucky at the same time, because if they have sold that on me, then I would have been out for a long time to get a new one or anything else. As you guys know, vehicle shortages are still happening. At least to order something new, it takes a long time. So regardless, the sales manager came back and he said, okay, we'll reverse the deal, and I'll be out just over $10,000. At which point I said, no, that's not good enough for me because you know, it's not my fault. This car is glitchy. I just want to give it away. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to drive a lemon full of issues and lights coming on, basically look like a Christmas tree. And then he came back and said okay, he refunded another $6,000 more, so now I'm out $4,000. And then I questioned him why $4,000, and which point he got back to me and said, well, it's to cover the admin fees and all these other paperwork and stuff. And I'm like, well, that's pretty significant. And then he came back to me as well and said, well, we have to recondition the 4Runner and yada yada. And I'm like, well, listen, this 4Runner that I traded in is basically brand new. It only had 18,000 kilometers, as you guys can see from the previous video. So they didn't have to change anything, no brakes, no tires, nothing. So yeah, and then after arguing about that, he came back again with another offer, and in the end I'm $2,000 short from the whole deal, or reversal of the deal. And yeah, Now the interesting part is, while all this was going on, I decided to look more into the paperwork, and the salesman at the time gave me this printed copy paperwork that you guys can see on the screen, stating that the Porsche only had 3 previous owners. And the Carfax that they provided me, which at that time I trusted a Porsche dealership to give me proper documentation and up to date. But as it turns out, the Carfax was a few months old, and in that time it had a couple more owners, which I was not a big fan of, because that's like hiding information, hiding its vehicle history that they did not want me to see for some reason. So as I pulled the current Carfax, as you guys can see, before I took ownership, it had 8 previous owners. That's right, 8 previous owners. That is insane for a vehicle that's just barely over 2 years old. And to top it off, they did not provide me with a safety certificate. So I have no idea if it was done, when it was done, where it was done, and if anything was fixed or replaced. I mean, yeah, he said the airbag sensors or whatever in the seats was done under recall. Again, I have no documentation of that. Usually people would show you that it was done as proof. So again, very shady work from these guys. And in the end, basically it's a lesson learned. Just because you're buying a car such as a Porsche from a high-end Porsche dealership, like an authorized Porsche dealership, always double check the paperwork, make sure the dates are correct, look everything over. Don't take anything. Oh, I got some horses here. Nice. But yeah, as I was saying, don't trust anybody's word. Make sure you see it for yourself with your own eyes in black and white on paper, and then you can move forward. Having known this before, I would have not signed any of the paperwork, because who in the right mind would pay full price for a 2021 Porsche Macan GTS with 8 previous owners and no safety certificates? So yeah, I guess in the time I was caught in the moment, excited for the new vehicle, and clearly they took advantage of that. So yeah, in the end, like I said, lesson learned. You guys, when you buy a car, do your research, do your homework 100%. And again, no matter where you buy it from, make sure you get all your information laid out. So yeah, as much as this sucks, having to give that up, it was a great car, but like I said, it didn't work out. Too glitchy. Every time something would pop, like a check engine light or the airbag sensors. So yeah, I definitely didn't want to deal with that. So yeah, hopefully you guys found this video informative, and now you know why the Porsche is gone and we're back in this 4Runner, which I'm happy to say at the very least. So thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.